Audio Jungle.
This is High Tech News TV News. Working Women's Forum's Indian Cooperative Network for Women parallel event at the United Nations 68th session of the Commission on Status of Women. Dr.Nandini Azad, President, Working Women's Forum's Indian Cooperative Network for Women, welcomed to all this historic parallel event of the United Nations 68th session of the Commission on Status of Women is being held for the fourth time in the city of Chennai. Last year, we were also privileged by the UN Commission on Status of Women 2024 to award us the only virtual parallel event on girls in cooperative worldwide. This year, we are the one of the among 100 events globally. We are grateful to them for having trusted this iconic grassroots movement like ours. Now, headquarters of the legendary Working Women's Forum and Indian Cooperative Network for Women, headquartered on the behalf of membership from 13 cooperative branches in the two southern states of the from Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Telangana. A members from the new International Network for Women in Cooperative announced 1 year before all over of the India. Our CEO and myself, we welcome, greet and ahead to be inspired by you as world leaders are increasingly admired our gender and equity model. We welcome you on the behalf of our 1,000 members from 13 branches that were watching and resolved to continue our work of the International Network of Women in Cooperative. Dr. Azad concluded after question and answer session. May I thank one and all in cooperative sisterhood, particularly the grassroots women members, friends from the media, television with its large team turnout, our social media units efforts. Our grassroots women will all answer questions directly with the translation.
Namaste. Welcome to the United Nations Commission on Status of Women event from New York headquarters. This is on young women and the challenges they face to reach their integrated level in 2030. As you know, we have talked about in the SDGs that we have to bring women and young women and integrate them, because this is a very discriminated group, as you know. And after the pandemic, there has been a lot of discrimination in terms of their education, falling out of education and getting into the caring behavior in the family roles, little mothers as they call it. So therefore, and to prevent child brides and child marriage, we need to bring them into the livelihood sector in case they drop out of the schools and colleges. So today we have all the major cooperative networks, because we are talking about how cooperatives will be mechanisms wherein young women can be brought into the livelihood sector. The reason why we are doing this is the Working Women's Forum and the ICNW, with 620,000 members in the 4 states of South India, did a study to find out what is the situation of young women in terms of livelihoods. We were aghast to find out that under 30 and 35, there were very few entrepreneurs. They had too many challenges. Newly married, many children, husbands who are not fully working. They were not getting access to credit. They didn't have access to land or skills. Therefore, WWF and Working Women's Forum went about giving them loans, giving them support, giving them access to other inputs and training. And so we have before you today on the video online 5 such young women entrepreneurs, speaking about many of them studying and also working like abroad. So we all felt that this should be shared with the world over. And therefore we got the International Raiffeisen Union, we got the World Farmers Organization, the IDACA and the CARICOM. So we have most of the continents represented. CARICOM, you know, is the Caribbean. And then from Japan we have, the IDACA, which is the Asian Agricultural Institute of great prominence. And the Raiffeisen Union is the oldest cooperative union in the world, nearly 100 years, to which I was the first woman elected in 100 years and re-elected again. We also have many other Indian and local networks, and 20 countries nearly represented in the discussions, etc. We also have the United Nations represented, the UN SDG officer from the United Nations will also be speaking, giving a view of the situation of young girls, and coming in from South Asia, she has a lot of cultural nuances and knowledge of this. Further, we will be also having a question answer session because there are many people wanting to share. It is a very challenging situation how to get our young women into the livelihood. They have children and then they have sometimes abandoned by husbands. So there are many other issues in the Asian and in the African and other contexts. Therefore, we are very proud to tell you this is our 8th United Nations program in the last 3 years.
Recording in progress.
Have been one of the very lucky people, and our merit has been chosen by the United Nations. So we have done 4 programs with the UN Commission on Status of Women, and we have done 3 programs with the Commission on Social Development. Therefore, we are very, very privileged that in 28 years of our UN consultative members with the United Nations, this poor women's organization from Tamil Nadu, I would say even worldwide, would have got this, honor. And let me tell you with great pride, my MC today doesn't speak English fluently, but we are not native speakers of the language. My people who have made the video, people who have done the online programming, people who are doing the case study are all our women from the grassroots. I'm very proud to say that the HRD has been excellent. So thank you very much, and it's a real honor for us to conduct this program.